Living every day in your head for free. You can tap away, but I will not hear you scream. You can break the keys, spread your toxicity, your world outside reality. In your room, a little hideaway, but you let it through, enough to go insane. Living in the dark hasn't treated you well. You're building your own prison cell. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Did I brush you off? Is it your lack of friends? We never met, even if you pretend. Am I in your debt? I don't owe you nothing. Don't say something you'll regret. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it. I'm telling you, don't waste it. Lies telling you, don't waste it on me. What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let 'em burn it out. Sell 'em to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away. Burn away, we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, hate is
Welcome to Homestead on the Throttle Up Racing Network. This is the Southern Excitement Racing League. We've got about 5 minutes left in practice. We are down in sunny South Florida. And it's going to be a good one. Got to have a familiar name first on our list of times. Ronnie Osmer, been a front runner every week. But as you can see there in second, looks to be fast, Dylan Herviton to the Southern Excitement Racing League. That's a new name. But if you follow the Throttle Up Racing Network, he races on our Wednesday night league with the Rebel Racing League and won a couple weeks ago at Bristol. So exciting to add Dylan Herviton to the Southern Excitement Racing League. Of course, Matt Goodell out there in the third spot on speed. Got a third place finish last week. Very quick, heading into the pits now. Tyler Humphrey out there, 8th quickest. That 94. See, these cars are very loose. Oh, come up in front of the 6 there. But these cars are very loose. You're going to see them coming off the corner sideways quite a bit. There's Patrick Colby, currently 10th quickest. Another one that we expect to see up here. Patrick Colby been fast all season long. Hasn't quite had the finishes that we expect him to have. But we know soon enough Patrick Colby going to get it right, get a top finish for sure before this thing's over with. We'll take a quick look at our point standings. And as you can see, AJ Rogers out front in the point standings. Casey Herring second. Chris Carter third. Ronnie Osmer top of the board right now on speed, but fourth on points. Blake Giglio fifth. Dylan Falovich up in the 6th spot. Joey Doucette 7th, tied with Tony Smith. Bill Stringfellow 9th. Matt Goodell in that top 10. Also John McMillan Jr. and Mark True tied for the 10th spot. So as we go along, that's only after 2 weeks. We'll have to see where things start to shake out. You see Matthew Goodell gained 15 spots in the points last week. Big mover. We have a new sponsor this week, sponsoring our pole award. And that's Zero X Designs. You see that on Travis Cremita's car. Zero X Designs. They're going to be sponsoring our pole award that we're going to be qualifying here in just a minute to see who can get that pole, that top position, who's the fast qualifier. They will win the Zero X Designs Pole Award. If you're looking for a paint scheme or a logo design, that's where you need to go. Zero X Designs. And of course, you can't forget Simbox, our presenting sponsor. And Nate doing a great job of spinning around, getting us a good look at that Simbox ride. That's exactly what we needed him to do. We want to see all 4 corners of the Simbox car. And of course, Nate Maurer, happy to oblige. So now you see that practice hits 0, and we are heading to qualifying. Let's see who our top qualifier is to get that 0X pole award. All right, who's going to be the first out? Looks like Kevin Frank's going to be the first car out. And number 98 Ford Mustang. Matthew Prentice out as well, carrying those Dairy Queen colors. Already touching the wall, Chris Carter, last week's winner, out there in a bright yellow car this week. Sure, we'll be up here in the top 10. I'm sure Chris Carter will be up there. There's Kevin Poskowich, that 56 car. We'll have to see who gets out there to make the first lap. Looks like Poskowich going to be the first across the line of the 3166, and quite a bit faster than the other three cars that are qualified. Everybody trying hard to get that 0X Designs pole award. Poskowich dirt tracking it off the corner, still holding on to the lead. You see Mark True gets up there and gets close. See how well Mark True can do on his second lap. And now a new pole sitter, and it was Goodell, and then all of a sudden Andrew Rattel gets out there and takes the spot away. Trying to improve that lap, Andrew Rattel. Now Osmer, he was our fastest in practice. Going to be something to see if someone can knock Ronnie Osmer off the pole. As you can tell, these cars are very loose on exit. So we'll have to see. Here's Nate Maurer, currently 6th spot. John McMillan Jr. qualifies top 5 currently. Jamie Dunning out there taking his laps, currently 23rd quickest. Kyle Adcock in the 9 taking his lap. No one touching Ronnie Osmer's time right now. Jason Humphrey qualifies in the 10th spot. Tyler Humphrey there in 16th. And Jamie Dunning comes up there and puts this Chevrolet Camaro in 6th spot. Henry Basal comes off the corner. He's currently 21st, a little sideways. Let's see how well these guys can hold it, because as you can tell, these cars very loose. Tony Smith in a beautiful 0X Ford Mustang. Got that chrome look. Kind of looks like the Dale Earnhardt scheme that he run for an all-star race. And here's Bill Stringfellow. He was very quick in practice as well. Top 5. Comes around on his second lap. 6th quickest for Bill Stringfellow. See Bill pushing hard off the corner. All these guys getting a little sideways. Here's another new driver, Lee Grantity. Adding a couple of new names this week. It's all going to come down to tires. Only 4 sets of tires in this race. So we'll have to see who can come out and save those tires the best. Dylan Falovich. This car also designed by Zero X Designs. I'll see if Dylan can get out there and run a top lap. Let's take a lap with Dylan Falovich as he drives around Homestead down into turn 1, trying to stay on that seam. Seems to be the fastest way around. Get a little grip when you get to those seams. On exit, these cars so loose. You see he's trying to get those left side tires right on that seam. Get to the throttle just a little too much and that thing goes around sideways. Falovich 29th quickest on the first lap. He's holding that seam off the corner much better on exit that lap. Down the backstretch. We'll have to see what line is the fastest line. If you watched the NASCAR race earlier, you saw Tyler Reddick there at the end really making the outside work. We'll have to see if anybody in this league can make that outside work as Dylan Falovich comes home 20th. Looks like that may be all that's going to qualify. Got several deciding to stick around the back. It looks to me like your pole award winner is going to be Ronnie Osmer. Let's make sure nobody else is coming out to run a lap. Doesn't look as though they are. So, Ronnie Osmer, going to be your Zero X Designs Pole Award winner. Let's see if we can get a word with Ronnie Osmer. Hey, Ronnie, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Sure.
Hey, Ronnie, very fast. You are our Zero X Designs Pole Award winner. What do you think it's going to take to get a win here tonight?
I think it's mainly going to be keeping the car underneath me. I obviously got a fast one, so hopefully I can keep the tires underneath me, keep the car straight, keep it out of the wall, and just keep a clean race and hopefully stay up here.
Well, you've been fast every week. I've been saying your name a lot, so I expect that not to be different today.
Yeah, hopefully. It's a very loose setup on the car, and I love loose setups, so this should be a fun race.
Absolutely. Well, good luck, Ronnie.
Thank you very much.
All right, our pole award, Ronnie Osmer, 0x Designs, that's where you need to go if you want a iRacing paint scheme or a logo design. Justin Lumpkin, that's who does that. Very talented guy. If you've seen Travis's car or a couple of these other cars, all have 0x designs. Casey Herring runs a 0x design. A couple of these other guys as well. We're getting ready to go through the grid. See these cars beginning to grid in. Of course, your 0x Designs Pole Award winner. And that's Ronnie Osmer. Out there in the second spot, Andrew Rattel. Rolling off third, Mark True. In fourth spot, John McMillan Jr. Fifth place, Matt Goodell. Starting in the sixth position, that's Bill Stringfellow. Jamie Dunning rolling off seventh spot. Nate Maurer in eighth. Blake Giglio in the ninth position. 10th spot, Kevin Paskowich. Now in 11th, your point leader, AJ Rogers. Jason Humphrey rolling off in 12th spot. 13th, Tyler Humphrey. 14th, Travis White. Chris Carter, last week's winner, 15th position. 16th, Jonathan Cogswell. 17th, Travis Gramita in that 0x car. Christopher Pendle out there, 18th. Tony Smith, 19th. Dylan Falovich in 20th. 21st, Henry Basaw. Kim Johnner rolling off in 22nd. 23rd, Nicholas Biscotti. 24th is Ryan Smith. 25th spot, Tristan Basaw. 26th, Lee Granity. 27th is Justin White. 28th spot, Andrew Zarita. 29th, Sammy Davis. 30th spot, Doug Neal. 31st, Justin Lumpkin. That's the man to go for paint design, 0x Designs. Rolling off in 32nd, Matthew Prentice. 33rd, Kyle Adcock. 34th, Kevin Franks. 35th, Casey Herring. 36th, Patrick Colby. 37th, Dylan Herberton. Fast in practice. Going to be interested to see him drive through the field. 38th, Jason Clark. And we're getting ready to go green flag. See Blake Giglio running there. And caution on the speedway. We'll have to see what happened. Not sure what's going on with our timing and scoring. For some reason the timing and scoring appears to be off. Let's see if we can reload. not real sure. Now Osmer up front. Now we're getting those settings correct. Yeah, I'm not seeing any type of crash. Not sure if, oh, somebody's spinning around in the back. Car is sideways. Not sure what happened there under caution. Oh, something happened. He just locked it up. Something happened to Kevin Poskowich's car, locked the brakes up, and ends up towing out of there. But a couple of cars involved in that, so that's going to have some implications for later in the race. The 25 with some damage. Currently 40 cars on the track. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. Ronnie Osmer going to lead him off. Our pole sitter. Looks like there may have been a timing and scoring issue to start the race, but it's all settled now as Ronnie Osmer scored first, Andrew Rattel second, Mark True third, Matt Goodell out in the fourth spot, and John McMillan Jr. going to come out fifth. There goes that pace truck. And Ronnie Osmer with the green flag takes him down the front straightaway. Ronnie Osmer already starting to get a little bit of a lead. You see some of these cars getting sideways. The 51 gets loose, but they all hold it as they're now 3 wide. Nate Maurer making moves up to the 4th spot. Stringfellow down on the bottom, about to be 4 wide as they're splitting Nate. Nate got a little loose through the corner. Stringfellow down to the bottom, Matt Goodell on top side. Sandwiched in the middle, that's Nate Maurer in that 97 Simbox car. And Ronnie Osmer pulling out to almost a second over Mark True. See such a big pack as they go down the backstretch. 48 of Humphrey decides it's going to be wiser to back out and get to the back of the pack. Let these guys do some racing. Back in the pack, Chris Pendle. Racing to the 10th spot, moving down to the inside of Matt Goodell. The 25 of Carter has damage from that wreck involving the 56 earlier. But it doesn't seem to be affecting him a whole lot as he's moved up to the 8th position. He's gained 7 since the start. Lee Granite, he's gained 10 spots. And that number 7 Ford Mustang out there in 16th. Dylan Herberton, your big mover. We knew he was fast. We covered him on Wednesday nights, but he chose not to qualify. Started out back, has gained 17, and he is weaving his way through. Coming up through the middle of a 3 wide down the front stretch. And Ronnie Osmer has pulled out to a big lead. And now a caution on the speedway. Cars around in the back. Several cars around. Let's take a look and see what happened. Happened up in front. The 77 involved. The 91 gets loose off the corner, comes down, tags the 88, and right up in front of the 77 of Doug Neal. Let's take a look at the 91. The 91 in through the corner. Just appears to get a little loose on the outside. And down into the 88, and the 77 of Doug Neal just know where to go. And that's a shame for Doug Neal. It's been fast. All right, we got Jackson Johns on YouTube giving us an update that Andrew Rattel's Wi-Fi failed on him. Appreciate that update. I was trying to figure out what exactly happened to him, but wasn't able to. But thank you for that update. Ronnie Osmer going to stay out. Got a couple of takers in the pit lane. Jamie Dunning, one of those. Stringfellow out there, 6th position. He's fast in practice. But Osmer, he pulled out to a 2-second lead on that start. Looks like, oh, Blake looked like he was going to pit, but chose not to. Mark True, very quick out there, 2nd spot. John McMillan Jr. in 4th, holding strong. Nate Maurer up there in the 5th position. Chris Carter in the 7th spot. Chris Pennell holding on in 8th. He's gained 10 positions since we started. There's our point leader, A.J. Rogers, in 9th. And Matt Goodell, he has slipped back a little bit early Maybe trying to save those tires for the long run. We'll have to see. Casey Herring out there in 33rd chose not to qualify. Justin White had a little bit of damage on the outside of his car. Maybe there's Andrew Zarita outside of him. Got some very fast cars kind of back in the pack right now. Kyle Adcock, another one. Expect to see him move forward. Philip Forrester up 12 spots. Jason Clark up 13 right now. At number 19, Toyota. Not a lot of Toyotas in the field, but Jason Clark out there gaining spots left and right. We're getting ready to go green. Ronnie Osmer out front. We'll have to see if he can get out to that lead again. And green flag for Ronnie Osmer. Through the corner, he's already out to the lead. To see these cars fanning out. Wide, 2, 3 wide. They come through. Inside, outside. Ronnie Osmer, though, still out front. Blake Giglio moves into the second spot, trying to run down that 55. Bill moves in to the fourth spot. Chris Carter, he's got that front end damage, but doesn't seem to be affecting him much. It's Chris Carter up 10 spots to the 5th position. A.J. Rogers and Travis White battle for the 8th position. Oh, we've got one that sounds like sliding around sideways behind him. And a caution on the speedway. Looks like maybe the 19. Let's take a look. Oh, the 19 hard into the wall. The 56, you see some damage there. He had already taken his fast repair. I believe it was the 56. The 19 was involved. The 2 sideways. Oh, and the 9 checks up. Let's take a look from the 9 of Kyle Adcock. See if we can maybe see what happened before that. To go down into turn number 1. Oh, the 2 and the 77 touch. Look at it from the 77. They go into the corner. The 2 looked like he was heading to the bottom line. The 77 was holding his line, and Doug Neal, a great save. But behind him, the 19 and the 9 come together. And the 9 around. The 19 trying to get some of that damage repaired instead of taking a fast repair. Ronnie Osmer holding on to that lead position. So our stage tonight will be on lap 65. That's what we're looking for the stage end. There will be no caution. We'll try and get as much green flag racing as we possibly can. We're looking for lap 65, currently on lap 21. Already on our third caution. Ronnie Osmer has been the class of the field so far. We'll have to see if anybody can get up here and run down Osmer before the end of the stage. On our Wednesday night league, we had some guys pit. There was a caution with about 10 laps before the end of the stage, and several people, only a couple people came in and got tires, and those guys drove all the way through the field in about 4 laps and won the stage. So when you use those tires, it makes a huge difference at Homestead. Mark True moved back into that second spot before the caution come out. Blake Giglio third. Bill Stringfellow up in the fourth spot. Chris Carter rounds out your top 5. And the pace truck will pull in. And we'll get ready to go back. Green flag racing. It's going to be on Ronnie Osmer. Let's look from the nose of Blake Giglio. He's right behind Osmer. We'll see how well he can hold. He's trying to get down to that seam, trying to get as much speed as he can through that corner. And he'll clear Mark True. But as you see, last week's winner, Chris Carter, damage on the nose, doesn't matter. Chris Carter down to the bottom of the inside of Blake Giglio, moving into the second spot in that bright yellow Chevrolet. Chris Carter now sets sail for Ronnie Osmer in the lead position. Nobody's had anything for Osmer tonight, as he's jumped out to over a 2-second lead at one point in this race. Go back through the field. Dylan Falovich there in the 12, battling Matt Goodell for 15th. As those cars touch, the 12 squirrely, the 24 into the back. He touches the 88. They're all around. Big wreck down into turn 3, and the 77 involved. Cars going everywhere. Big wreck. Let's go back to the 12. See what happened. '38 seemed to come up. I'm not sure. Looks like they net coated together, went through each other. Take a look from the chopper cam. May not give us the best view. Let's try the blimp. Here we go. 38 was on the bottom. Looks like he was getting tight. Couldn't quite keep it off the 12. The 12 in the high lane. He's trying to stay behind the 94. If they touch, the 38 gets tied off the corner. The 12 did all he could to save it. The 24 and the 81 also involved as the 24 comes down and clips the 88. Sends the 88 up towards the outside wall, hard into the outside wall. The 97, all the Simbox cars heavily involved. Looks like, no, the 77, he net coated for a minute, but then he was significantly involved out here. Several cars, the 56, the 91, 27, 21, 22. The 19 up on the outside, all heavily damaged. A big wreck down in turn 3. See the 77 in the pit lane. Several cars down pit lane. And coming out already. Several with no front end. Lots of damaged race cars early in this race. Nate got some damage, but doesn't look too bad. See some damage on the backside of Casey Herring's number 2. Some damage on the 97, but as you saw, the 25 run all the way up to the front, didn't affect him too much. And Chris Carter chose to pit. Some of these cars have stayed out. Jamie Dunning has moved from the back up to 10th spot. Was started up front in the 7th position, but moved back to the back after the start. And he's made his way back up into the 10th position. Several cars pitted there. Chris Carter in 17th. He was running up in the 2nd position. Chose to go down the pit lane. We'll have to see how these cars back here, if they took tires. We'll have to see just how much of a difference that makes. Ronnie Osmer, though, in that 55 has led every lap so far. Now, Osmer out in the lead. He moves straight up to that outside line. You got the team cars of Giglio and Stringfellow second and third. Now Bill trying to make a move on his teammate Giglio so he can start chasing down that 55 of Ronnie Osmer. You see him fanning out, going down the backstretch. And another caution on the speedway, 27 involved. See him around sideways. The 24 also backed into the fence. These guys having connection issues in the back. Oh, between the 9 and the 6. Let's look at the 9. The 9 got a huge run, but came down the track. Not sure why he came down the track. Let's see if he touched the wall. Got a few more cars coming down the pit lane. The 9 did touch the wall. See, the 9 comes up. The 6 was a little slow off the corner. The 9 touches the wall and just gets down into the 6. And they go around. The 6 gets pinned into the wall. And the 27, the 19, the 9, the 28, and the 24 all involved in that wreck. 21 as well. 22. Several cars without front ends damaged back in the back of the pack. And 34 laps in, already on our 5th caution. Ronnie Osmer, all he needs to stay out front for 30 more laps to get that stage win. A lot of cars trying to make moves to get up into that stage point area. Travis Scramita there in that 89. That's our S0X Designs car. He's currently occupying the 10th spot, so everybody behind him trying to get around him to get a point or two. See Jamie Dunning just behind AJ Rogers. Also up there in point territory, Tyler Humphrey in the 94 car. In 7th spot, Lee Granity in 6th. Mark True 5th. Jason Humphrey up in 4th position. Bill Stringfellow 3rd. Blake Giglio 2nd. Ronnie Osmer currently your leader as we come around 35 laps into this one. And unfortunate for Doug Neal, involved in a couple of early wrecks. They're in that Simbox Chevrolet. If you need a button box, you need to go to Simbox on Facebook. Facebook.com/SimboxPC. They'll get you hooked up. Nate Maurer out there, 25th spot, involved in a couple of these early incidents. Car spinning in front of you. Sometimes you just don't have anywhere to go. And Nate, he's lost several positions since we started, but I expect him to get a lot of those spots back. John McMillan Jr. also has lost several spots, but he pitted, so we'll have to see where he can get back up to as we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. The man of the hour, Ronnie Osmer, led every lap so far. He'll be the control car once again as we go green flag. Ronnie Osmer down into turn one. Bill Stringfellow trying to clear the 16. Can't quite do it. Blake Giglio hanging strong on the outside line. Bill back down to the bottom seam, putting those left side tires on that seam. Kind of bounces up a little bit. Giglio clears Bill. Now Giglio setting sail for Ronnie Osmer. Can he run down that 55? As we look from the cockpit of Blake Giglio, 0.3 of a second behind the 55, and another caution on the speedway. Not sure what happened here. Up in front, the 8 looks like he may have come around. These cars getting loose off the corner, trying to get back to the throttle. And once again, Nate just nowhere to go as the 8 checks up big time off the corner sideways. He slides up the 28. Oh, the 28. Great job by Colby to avoid. The 6 and the 9 heavily involved. Oh, the 19 didn't get damage from that one, but the 6, again, big damage. We'll head back up front. Several cars with damage out in the rear of the field. As you see, nobody diving down pit lane. Several were faking like they were going to go, but nobody goes. Some of these damaged cars in the back of the pack decides to hop on down pit lane. Ronnie Osmer can't quite get out there and get a lead. He started to pull out and got about 2 seconds out, and now we keep having cautions. And 24 there with your free pass. There's your free pass car, Henry Basaw. Get one of his laps back. Osmer so far led every lap. We're almost a third of the way through here in Miami. Bill keeps getting to the inside of Blake. Just can't quite clear him on these restarts. We'll have to see if Bill's got anything for him this time. Right now, the full throttle racing cars, when it comes down to the teams in this race, are leading. The team TTSL has been the best team so far in the season based on average finish. Casey Herring up there with a second place average finish. Very good for Casey Herring. Dylan Falovich also on that team. Tony Smith as well, along with Justin Lumpkin, all on Team TTSL. They are the team leaders, but full throttle today right now have Blake Giglio, Bill Stringfellow, Jamie Dunning in 7th, Travis Scramita in 11th position. Those are the full throttle racing teams. Let's see if they can hold those top spots. They may make a big move in the team standings. The team standings are Team TTSL with 72 points, Full Throttle with 58, Prentice Rattel Racing with 50, Simbox Motorsports in 4th with 48 points, Pony Express with 46 points, VCM Racing 38, and Adrenaline Autosport with 30 points. We have a new team, I believe, that'll be joining this week. Those ranks, we'll have to put them in there, but Ronnie Osmer on this restart takes the green flag. Ronnie Osmer out front. Blake Giglio trying to hold him down, but Osmer with a great restart jumps out front, and Bill down to the inside of Blake Giglio once again. As these two racing side by side, Lee Granity from nowhere up into the 4th spot has gained 22 positions. He's currently our biggest mover. Actually, no, Dylan Herberton back in 13th has gained 25 positions. So a couple of big movers in this race. Granity out there in 4th trying to get behind Blake Giglio. We'll see if Bill Stringfellow can pull the slide job off the corner, and he does. Bill Stringfellow now to 2nd as they go around in the back. That looked like Chris Carter involved, along with the 23. Big damage to the front of last week's winner, Chris Carter. Let's take a look at that one. Off the corner, Carter sideways. Loose, hits the apron. Gets back up, the 23. Looks like he kind of got him in the door a little bit. Let's look. Try a different angle. Let's look at Blimp. As we're backing up, the 23. It looks like the 23 got loose off the corner as well. The 25 loose, the 23 comes down a little bit. And the 25 and the 23 spin down into the inside wall. And we didn't have a caution for that, because it's still green flag racing. Ronnie Osmer out front. No caution for the spin with the 25 and the 23, as they'll go a lap down. 6 also involved in an incident, as he goes ahead and brings it down the pit lane. Gonna have to get damage repaired on that car. 49 laps in. Ronnie Osmer 3/10 ahead of Bill Stringfellow in second. You see Bill trying to work that bottom line, gains a 10th on Osmer. Stringfellow, he is our first challenger to the 55. And Granity up in third. He's also charging hard, running down our leaders. Stringfellow now just a 10th behind the 55 as they dive down into the inside. Turns 3 and 4 come back to the line. The 55 gets a little tight off the corner. The 83 with a big run, now within a 10th. The 55 trying to hold the bottom, trying to keep Bill Stringfellow from getting around him, but Bill down on the inside now puts that nose out in front of the 55 of Osmer. Stringfellow, Osmer side by side down into turn 3. Can Stringfellow clear the 55? The 55 gets tight into the outside wall, and Stringfellow gets out to a good lead. He's hoping for green flag racing up until the end of the stage at least. Stringfellow now getting run down by Lee Granity. Out there in second, running him down. Now only 4/10 behind Osmer, who had led over right at 50 laps at the start of this one with some damage on the outside of his car. Keeps getting into that outside wall, car getting tight. Let's see how long he can hold on. Dylan Herviton up into the 4th spot. He's making big moves. And Dylan may have pitted for tires, as these front runners have not. We'll see if he can run down the front 2. Stringfellow has pulled out to 6/10 over the 7 of Lee Granity. Stringfellow just trying to hold on for 10 more laps. Get that stage win. And those all-important 10 points. Currently, this is your battle for the 10th spot. Blake Giglio has moved back. And A.J. Rogers right now holds that 10th spot. You see Casey Herring's moved up from the back of the pack, moved all the way into 9th as he's running down Jamie Dunning for the 8th spot. Osmer continuing to have difficulties getting past by the 94 Tyler Humphrey, and Mark True now battling with him for the 6th spot. Stringfellow setting sail out front, up 8/10 now over the 2nd place car. See Casey Herring there in 9th, trying to get Jamie Dunning. Ooh, they almost touch. As he will go to the inside of the 13. He's trying to get Jamie Dunning and Osmer here. Now to the inside of Osmer. Sounded like someone wrecked, but I didn't see where it was. The 2 now moves up to the 7th position. Bill up by almost a second now. Over the 7, you see the gap. Bill trying to lead as many laps as he can. And Herberton has kind of held it about a 1.5 seconds. We can see the last lap times. Stringfellow, Granity, both very quick. Herberton right there with those guys. Stringfellow that time fast as a big wreck on the front stretch. Several cars involved. And it's going to paint a dilemma for these leaders because lap 65 is the end of the stage. Looks like it was happening in front of these guys. 89 involved. Let's see his perspective. 16 also. The 17 up there. Looks like the 17 got tight off the corner. I'm not sure. The 17 got tight or the 89 got loose. Either way, they come together off the corner. They were riding real close together. 89 involved 16. Those two teammates, those full throttle team, which I was talking about earlier, had 4 in the top 11. No longer. We take a look at pit lane. Several cars coming down. Bill staying out there by himself trying to get those 10 points. But that's going to hurt later. I'm not sure they're going to go green before we get to the end of the stage. So we'll have to see. As we're on lap 63 right now, Bill may have to take a green flag stop. Not sure how much gas he still has. How many laps he can run as 3 cars stay out. Ronnie Osmer, one that pitted. See the cars pouring off the pit lane. '55 choosing to get his damage repaired. As the top 3, I believe, are the only ones that chose to stay out. We are on lap 64 right now. It may be on the restart. So interesting for these top three. As we come around just to see exactly how this is going to play out. And they have not gridded. They haven't got side by side yet. Double file for the restart. So we'll have to see. An interesting play here. This is going to create a lot of drama as these top three are going to have 64 lap older tires than everyone behind them who chose to pit. And this will be, even though it's a coming to the green, it's going to be a white flag for the stage. Now we don't throw a yellow for the stage. So when they come around, you see them double file. When we come around and they go green, once they cross the line, that's going to be the end of the stage. You see, several people chose to pit. 3 cars stayed out, and they're going to get some stage points, even though McMillan and Prentice have been kind of towards the back. But they're going to get some stage points. But after that, it's going to cause drama because the top 3 have got 65 lap older tires than everyone behind them. Not sure how much longer they can stay out on fuel. And we will have to go and confirm these stage results because it's going to get wild as we come across the line. That pace truck pulls in. We'll take a look, and Stringfellow will win the stage. And this is one that we will have to go back and look at for sure. These results that I'm about to read are unofficial. Unofficial stage results. Bill Stringfellow first. John McMillan Jr. in second. Prentice third. Herberton fourth. Granity fifth. The 48 of Humphrey sixth. Herring 7th, Mark True 8th, the 94 Humphrey 9th, and AJ Rogers 10th. But like I said, we will have to go back and review those because a lot was going on, and a wreck. That's going to be good for these top 3. And Sammy Davis around, causing a caution back here. Let's see what happened to the 54. The 23 was to the inside. I don't think the 54 realized that the 23 was already there. And the 54 goes around sideways, but I don't know, a single car incident. Usually that doesn't warrant a caution with iRacing, as you saw the 25 and the 23 go spinning earlier. And that did not cause a caution, but somehow that gives us a caution. Now we'll have to see those top 3, Stringfellow, Prentice, and McMillan. They're still up in the top 8. We'll have to see if they peel down pit road. And there comes Bill Stringfellow, our leader and stage winner. He'll come down the pit lane, but now he's got a long road of cars in front of him. as we go along. You can see just a couple of cars, those that stayed out. There's Bill Stringfellow pulling back out. So stage winner Bill Stringfellow. Let's see if we can get a word with Bill. Hey Bill, this is Dakota in a broadcast booth. You got a copy?
How's it
Hey,
going?
doing good. Chose to stay out on that yellow flag, but you had taken the lead and you were setting sail. You are our stage winner.
Yeah, it was first time I pitted all race. Hadn't lap 0 tires, you know. It was fun, but wanted to get them stage points. It's been a good race so far. A lot of cautions though.
Well, I got to tell you, from the outside looking in, this format of no caution, and it comes around to where you're taking the green flag to get those stage points. That was quite a bit of drama because you had 3 cars that stayed out, and I think NASCAR needs to take a sheet out of our playbook.
It was definitely interesting doing it that way, but hey, if you get the chance to get the bonus points, you got to take
Absolutely.
it.
All right.
Let's see if we can get back through this field here, and I think I have a pretty fast car as long as I can survive this field.
Yeah, that's going to be the key thing, trying to get through there without getting involved in an incident. So good luck, Bill.
All right,
Thank you. And that Bill Stringfellow, our stage winner. But out front, Dylan Herviton. We talked about him earlier. A new driver in the Southern Excitement Racing League. But if you watch us on Wednesday nights for the Rebel Racing League, Dylan Herviton won just a couple weeks ago at Bristol. So certainly a very quick driver. He'll be leading us off. 71 laps in of 150. See Stringfellow and McMillan and Prentice, those 3 that just pitted, back 26th, 27th, and 28th on this restart. And they were up there in that last stage if they chose not to pit and get those bonus points. There comes the pace truck. Dylan Herviton going to lead us off. Green flag for Dylan Herviton. Casey Herring on the outside as the top 3 all Fords. Now Casey Herring down to the inside, gets a little tight, has to let off a little bit. No, he gets a run off the corner. Oh, they're side by side. Casey Herring looks like he's going to lead the lap, but they are 2 by 2 down the front stretch. Herring trying to clear Dylan Herviton. This the battle for the lead. Casey Herring giving it all he's got, holding that bottom line. Herberton fighting hard back on the outside. Herring trying to get a bit of a side draft off the corner. Multiple laps in a row now. They're side by side. And a caution on the Speedway 38. Matt Goodell looks like he's around. Let's take a look and see what happened to Matt. As they go into the corner. Oh, the 19 into the corner a little hard. Gets into the 38. Yeah, the 19 comes up a little bit, tags the 38, but the 38, as you see, doesn't hit the outside wall. No one hits him as he comes through, so Matt Goodell, a great save. Doesn't hit anything. He'll keep rolling. No damage to the race car. And some takers to pit lane. Casey Herring. Looks like he pulls. No, he stays out. Dylan Herberton still out front. A couple of cars towards the back choosing to take this opportunity to fix some damage. Dylan Herberton and Casey Herring, a thrilling battle for the lead for several laps. And there's your free pass car going by. That's Ryan Smith in the 91, your free pass car. Dylan Herberton, your leader. Doing a great job out front. 76 laps in. We started with 40 race cars. Currently 32 still on the lead lap. You see Andrew Rattel got back in there, trying to get as many spots back as he can, but he's 22 laps down, going to have a hard time. Those lights still on the pace car. This is our 9th caution. Casey Herring has an average finish of 2nd. Currently in that 2nd spot. Let's try and get a word with Casey. Hey Casey, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hello.
Hey buddy, I pulled you up here because you like to complain. I don't pull you up here enough.
Oh, here we go.
Well, you're out there. You're running 2nd. Your average finish is 2nd. You've finished 2nd every race so far this season. What's it going to take to get that one more spot?
Oh, well, first of all, we're trying to keep this average going, but hopefully at least one of these times we get one more spot. But, I don't know. I think that the way this race is going, caution fest, I think, honestly, trying to get a good jump, trying to get the spots you can, because it don't look like we're gonna have a long green flag run. And that's what I like because I like saving tires. So
Yeah, hopefully that'll change as we go
we gotta
along.
get a good jump on Dylan over here. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Dylan, he's a good one. We watch him in our other league we race. So good.
Yeah, he's fast. He was holding strong on the top. I was just hoping we get enough laps where it burns the tires off.
Hopefully we'll have a long green run on this one, Casey. Good luck.
Thank you, brother.
And that, Casey Herring, your second place runner. You can follow him on Twitch. Casey Herring, see his in-car camera. We got a few of these people that stream. Jamie Dunning out there. He also streams on Twitch if you want to find him. And we're getting ready to go green. Dylan Herviton out front. Side by side down into the corner. Casey now on the outside. Herviton down low. Opposite of what we had before the caution flag. Oh, they get close. Dylan with a great move to stay down low. Casey on the crossover down into turn number 3. So close off the corner, but they hold it off each other. 10 with the big run, and Herviton leads the lap. It's the battle of the H's. Herring, Herviton, Humphrey. Humphrey out in your top 4 right now. The 48. That's Jason Humphrey. Now with another caution. And we're hoping for some green flag laps. Not sure who all was involved in that. Looks like the 5 of Andrew Rattel. He's got some damage. Like someone had spun in front. The 24. The 24 got sideways. Collects the 77, 22, and 5. The 24 gets minimal damage. As everyone wrecks trying to avoid him. So now Herring looks like he may have taken the lead. As the caution come out, Herring holds the lead. Stringfellow has moved back up into the 18th spot, slowly moving his way back up into the top 10 after choosing to take those stage points. And the 91 gets another free pass lap. That'll put him back on to the lead lap. Ryan Smith, 32nd. But that puts him back on the lead lap. So we have 32 cars currently on the lead lap. Started with 40. So we'll have to see if we can get a good green flag run as this race goes along. Casey Herring currently your leader. Getting ready to go green flag racing again. They're going to go 2x2 this time around. Currently 83 laps in. Casey Herring out front, Dylan Herbert in second. Lee Granity out there in third. Jason Humphrey in that 48. Currently in, actually is in third. And Tyler Humphrey in fifth. Herring and Herberton out front, battling for that lead once again. Casey trying to move up. Herberton going to stick the nose in there, not allow the two up to the top side. .48 sideways off the corner. He holds it down there on the bottom line. These two battling hard for the lead, side by side off the corner and down the back stretch. Side by side still. Herberton and Herring can't quite get it settled for the lead. Herring now down to the inside. Can't quite clear Herberton. Getting that big run on the outside lane. You see Granity back there in the third spot looking. Watching these guys burn their tires up, racing for the lead, and another caution on the speedway. Jason Clark around. Like the 26 and the 81. Touch and go around. The 81 down into the 19 spins him around. .26, not sure if he hit the inside wall. We'll take a look. Yes. Bends the nose up on the 26 car. Quite a bit of damage to Philip Forrester's number 26. He'll come down the pit lane to get a little damage fixed. Casey Herring held on to that lead as they were battling side by side. 11 cautions in this race. Stringfellow with a little bit of damage. He chose to come in and try and get some of that repaired. He's our stage winner. Kind of get involved in that skirmish, trying to get back through the field and flatten the nose of the 83. Herberton and Harry have been battling hard for the lead position. I know both of these guys itching to get a long green flag run. And that 10 car have been very fast. It's kept it out of trouble along with Casey Herring. Granity in third, another new name. Gets out here, finished top 3 in the stage. Or 4th or 5th. He was up there in the front of the stage. Currently running third. One to watch as we go forward. Tyler Humphrey having a great night. Currently running 4th spot. Has kept that car clean, and that's mattered majorly in this race. You see Ronnie Osmer, who had led the first 50 laps of this race, trying to make his way back up to the front. But as you can tell, the fastest cars tonight have all been Fords, besides the 83 of Stringfellow, who won the stage. But it's been the 2 in a Mustang, the 10 in a Mustang, the 7 in a Mustang, the 55 out there, all running these Ford Mustangs. The Ford team has figured something out, as they've all been very fast. Jason Humphrey in the 48 out there in 6th spot. Also kept that car clean. Jamie Dunning, no damage on that car. He's out there in 8th spot. And down to the inside of him in 7th, that's Blake Giglio. Involved in an earlier incident, has moved back up to the front of the field. AJ Rogers, it's like a problem for the 25 maybe. I'm not sure what's going on with Chris Carter. But they go green. Dylan Herberton, Casey Herring, side by side. Down the backstretch, still side by side. These guys have raced side by side for a long time. Casey Herring pulls out front. Looks like maybe Dunning has an incident. Not sure why Dunning's down in the pit lane, but he was running well. Casey still out front. Herberton second, Granity third, as Osmer now takes the fourth spot on that outside lane. The 10 and the 2 still battling for the lead. The 10 now gets to the outside of Herring. Got an update from Justin White. Says the 13, that is Jamie Dunning's screen went black and had to get down to the pit lane. He's still sitting in the pits. .13 now coming back out of the pits. But Herring and Herberton battling hard for the lead. It looks like the pack may be getting a little strung out. Herberton crosses over the 2, dives to the bottom. He's going to try and clear the 2. A little bit of a connection issue for the 10, but the 2 now with the crossover again. These guys back and forth, inside, outside. Now Casey Herring to the bottom of the 10. Casey Herring going to clear Hervington off the corner. Not quite. Yes, he does. He tries to keep the 10 from doing the crossover, but he does the same thing again, down hard into the corner. 10 of Dylan Hervington. Can't quite hold it that time as Casey's going to get the run off the corner. And you see the 7 of Granity waiting for his moment. Now he's going to go to the outside of the number 10. Can he get the run to get up in to these top 2 spots? Granity looking, trying to close in. The top 4 all going single file. Back in the pack a little bit. Ronnie Osmer trying to hold up there. Tony Smith, you see, looking to the bottom of Tyler Humphrey, making moves in that number 18 Ford Mustang. You see Fords everywhere up front. Zarita in that 11 FedEx car making moves as well. To the inside of Ronnie Osmer, that for the 6th position. Now Osmer to the outside. Getting up close to that wall. Looks like he may have tagged it at some point. He's not quite as fast as he has been. The 18 now to the bottom. And as the day gets long, you see this track start to cool down. Gives these cars a little bit more grip. See currently the track temp at 84 degrees. As it's cooled off 1 degree since we started. The 94, Tyler Humphrey clears Ronnie Osmer for the 8th spot. 55 using that bubble on the outside and trying to stay off that wall. You see Nicholas Biscotti here in the 8th, making his first appearance in the top 10. Now in the 9th position. Has gained 14 spots from the start. A big mover in this race, Nicholas Biscotti, out there in the number 8 Chevrolet. A name that we haven't mentioned today much is the 12 of Dylan Falovich, getting passed by the 15 of John McMillan Jr. These two battling for the 11th position. Dylan usually up in the top 5 the first 2 races of this season, but haven't heard a lot from him tonight. Currently sits right outside of the top 10 now in the 12th position. Matthew Prentice, one of those cars that stayed out to get stage points. He's moved his way up to 13th, and on the outside, that Simbach Chevrolet, that's the 97 of Nate Maurer. Now that we've had a few laps, let's see if we can get something that I like to call turn up the volume. Now looking from the inside of Bill Stringfellow's ride from the cockpit view. Our stage winner trying to move back up. Getting a little loose off the corner, but this is our longest green flag run of the race. As you see, second place's view of the leader, Lee Granity, out there in second. As Casey Herring starting to pull away, looking for a big long green flag run. That's what he said he wanted. Casey Herring now out front, 113 laps in of 150. We talked to Casey earlier. He's finished second both of the first 2 races, now leading. We'll have to see if he can pull off a win for this number 2 Ford Mustang. Mark True there in the 73, one that we saw earlier in this race, up front, qualified up in the top 5. Currently running 16th. Outside of him, Ronnie Osmer. That's our pole sitter. Our 0X Designs pole award winner, Ronnie Osmer. As this day's gone along and these tires have worn out, and as the track gets cooler, it changes. And it's not changed in the favor of Ronnie Osmer, as he has fallen back to 17th position. Bill, our stage winner, he's out there currently 21st. Hasn't been able to get back through the field after he stayed out to get those stage points. Was fast, drove up through to get to the lead, and then stayed out from the lead as everyone behind him pitted. And then on the next caution, he chose to pit and just hasn't been able to make those spots back up. Matt Goodell right behind him. Another one who's been fast all season long. Finished 3rd place last week. Currently running 22nd. Patrick Colby, he's won a stage in this league. Today, another day of just not quite able to get up into the front of these guys, as he's sitting at 23rd. Philip Forster, we saw him wreck earlier and hit the inside wall. Came in, took his faster pair, and is driven back up to 19th. So good recovery for Philip Forster. Joey Doucette there in the 15th spot. Doing his best to get some points in this one. Just in front of him, Jonathan Cogswell in the number 27, as he's beginning to make his way up through the field. Now looking to the inside of Matthew Prentice for the 13th position. Maurer just in front. Now in 11th, looking at Dylan Falovich down, was to the inside of him, but now just in front. That's 10th spot, trying to get a top 10. Nate Maurer got damage early in this race, hasn't gotten any more. He's maintained a good race. It's currently 11th spot. As you see, Granity down the pit lane, having some green flag stops. As these cars can't make it to the end, you see the 56 now down the pit lane. Dylan Herviton still out in the 3rd spot. Casey Herring, you see him diving into the pits, as well as Blake locking it up. Blake may have sped there. We'll have to see if Giglio gets a penalty. All these cars diving in the pit lane. Several cars. John McMillan Jr. inherits the lead. We'll have to see how long McMillan can run. And McMillan now diving into the pit lane. He tries to get it slowed down. Looks like he does. Just behind him, that's Matthew Prentice. He gets it woed down into the pit lane. No other takers this lap. Jonathan Cogswell now your leader. Just behind him, Nate Maurer. Joey Doucette now moves into the second spot around Nate Maurer. Doucette now setting sail, looking at the back of Jonathan Cogswell. And we'll have to see a couple different pit strategies going on right now. As all those leaders had to pit under green flag. Currently 17 cars on the lead lap. Herring, Granity, Giglio, all three pitted, still on the lead lap. So we'll have to see if the cars that are currently out will have to pit. Mark True now trying to make a move. 25 laps to go. Now Herberton, he's a lap down, trying to get his lap back. He pitted already. See him down on the bottom side. Mark True looking low now on Joey Doucette for the second position. .48, another car that took tires. Trying to get around these leaders. Doucette now back to third. Mark True in second. Jonathan Cogswell, your leader. And 25 laps to go. May come down to a fuel mileage race. All these cars that have already pitted, you see them passing to the bottom of the 27 of Cogswell. Currently top 12 have not pitted. 13th, Casey Herring, your first car that has taken a green flag pit stop. See Cogswell, True, Doucette, Forrester, Basaw all staying out. Here's your current leader. Here's the first car with tires. You see the 2, the 16, and the 7 all racing now for the 12th position. Cogswell still out front, has not pitted. The question is, how long can he make it before he'll have to stop? Or can he make it to the end? Bill Stringfellow out there in 7th spot. These cars trying to win it on fuel strategy. Matt Goodell just in front of him. Henry Basaw in the 5th position. trying to get a good finish on fuel strategy. Philip Forster out there in the 4th position. He's trying to run down Joey Doucette now, sitting in 3rd. You see him right in front in that 22 car. This the battle for 3rd as these cars continue to run out on the speedway without pitting. Forster now to the back bumper of Doucette. We're down to 18 laps to go. Forster around the outside of the 22, that for the 3rd spot. As he's going to try and run down these 2 leaders, Mark True. Holden right around a 2nd behind Cogswell. In the 27, just in front. Those chrome wheels. That 27 Ford Mustang. As Casey Herring's made his way back up to the 9th position. Ooh, car a little sideways off the corner. Patrick Colby does a good job of holding it. As these cars with tires beginning to go around. Herring now only 10 seconds behind the leader. Can he run the leader down in 16 laps with these fresh tires? We'll have to see. Right at 9 seconds now, the 23 of Travis White goes ahead and pulls in the pit lane. He'll come get fuel with 15 to go. That makes us wonder, can these cars in front make it to the end? Now Mark True, no, he's still staying out there. Right at a 2nd behind Cogswell. If these 2 stay out one more lap, we'll have to see, can they make it to the end? As Herring now 8 seconds off the lead. Back in the 8th position. We look at these drivers' last lap. See Herring with a 32.77. Our leader with a 33.93. That's quite the difference. Casey also outrunning Giglio in 9th and Granity in 10th. This time around, Herring a 2nd faster than the car in front of him and over a 2nd faster than the leader. Cogswell still holding out front, leading several laps. Cogswell trying to hold strong. The gap now only a half a second over True. As we see Herring's moved all the way into the 5th spot. Only 5.5 seconds out of the lead. Herring now up to the 4th spot. Closing in on the leaders with just over 10 to go. Casey now 5 seconds out. Was clear track in front. Henry Bassal choosing to pit now from the 10th position. Mark True just a half second off the leader, Jonathan Cogswell. Can he run him down and make it to the finish on fuel? Look at our fuel strategy. Cogswell, True, Forrester all pitted 52 laps ago. And a caution on the speedway. Looks like the number 10 of Herverton around sideways. Backs it into the outside wall. That's going to be big, as we're going to have to come down to the end and see. Oh, and that 10 really jacked up that race car. Let's take a look. What happened to the number 10, Dylan Herverton? Not real sure. Looks like a connection issue. And as they come back together, the 10 around. Let's take a look from the 51 and see what he saw. Looks like they both kind of disconnected there for a minute. Not real sure on this one. The 10 around, the 51 tags him. I'm a little clueless on that one, as it looks like two cars disconnected at once. But now everybody down the pit lane, everybody pits. You see them all come down. We'll have to see what kind of pit strategy pays off. Cogswell going to be out first. And off the pit lane, Jonathan Cogswell going to be your leader. We're going to come down to a restart with about 5 to go. Jonathan Cogswell out front, Mark True second. Casey Herring moves up into the 3rd position. So we'll have to see if Casey can pull it off a good restart and get going and beat that 2nd, or at least hold on to that average finish of 2nd. Philip Forrester there in 4th. Blake Giglio 5th. Joey Doucette 6th. Matt Goodell 7th. Bill Stringfellow currently in the 8th spot. Lee Granity in 9th. Nate Maurer rounds out your top 10. And you see AJ Rogers in the pit. Rogers 3 laps down. That's our point leader. So there's going to be some major implications in the points as we go forward, as AJ Rogers having some trouble. Casey Herring 2nd in the points. He's going to be restarting here with 5 to go in the 3rd position. We had quite a long green flag run, but we're going to have a big restart. This one won't be overtime, but if we need it, we have 3 green-white checkers if it comes right down to it. Staying out long pays off for Cogswell, True, Forster, Doucette, Goodell, Stringfellow, Maurer all had stayed out long on that set. As we're getting set up side by side, Cogswell gonna lead them off. That's your leader, Jonathan Cogswell. It's all gonna come down to this. Who's going to get the better restart? These cars that were up front on so long on that last run, Herring, Giglio, the 7 of Granity. Let's have to see if they can make up some positions here in these final, well, it looks like going to be 4 to go when we get the green flag flying. Jonathan Cogswell leads them. The 2 of Herring to the bumper. Oh, the 2 gets loose and a caution already. The 2 sideways, but we've already got a caution. Cars around the 55 of Osmer. Several cars wrecked on the end of turn 1. Let's see this restart, how all this took place. Oh, the 38 of Goodell gets loose. Everyone wrecks trying to avoid him. Let's take a look at Matt Goodell. Oh no, the 7 touches the 38 and around he goes. And they're all wrecked. Down into turn 1. Now we'll head into overtime. This will be our first green, white checker restart. Jonathan Cogswell holding strong out front. Casey got sideways there and dropped back to 5th spot. Maurer with a big move. We're hearing cars still hitting each other. Let's go back. I know it's going to take a second to rewind, but let's go look at the 97 and how he come up through there on that restart. So when the 2 got sideways, oh, the 2 and the 16 ended up wrecking as well. The 2 got sideways, comes back up into the 16, the 26, the 22, and the 97 and avoids it all. But the 83 and the 7 as well go around. What happened there with the 7? He's trying to avoid it. The 83. Yeah, I'm not sure. It looked like the 83 may have come down into the 7 as they were all trying to avoid that wreck. But Nate Maurer avoids it all, now in the 3rd spot with a real chance to win this race. Stringfellow looks like he had to pit, get some damage repairs involved in that incident. He'll restart in the 17th position. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. The lights on that pace truck should go off this time around. Nate Maurer, if you noticed in our pre-race images, Nate Maurer featured with Simbox, our sponsor, presenting sponsor Simbox. If you want a button box, that's where you need to go. Simbox, they have a Facebook page. Go check out Simbox for all your button box needs. That's your leader, Jonathan Cogswell. Hopefully this will be our last restart. Because all we've got to do is get back to the green flag, get back to the white flag, and then we'll be racing back to the checkered. Pace car pulls off. Ooh, a big restart for the 27. He'll pull out front. Mark True second. And a caution. 91 around. Ryan Smith in that outside wall. $15 gives him a touch, and he gets stuck in the outside wall. He'll have to tow. You see the 91 now down in the inside of pit lane. We're now on our second green-white checker. Jonathan Cogswell still our leader. Outside is Mark True in the 73. Nate Maurer still holding strong in third. Casey Herring out there in fourth. Tony Smith, he moves up into the fifth spot. Tyler Humphrey now sixth. Lee Granady out there in seventh. Dylan Falovich eighth. Nicholas Biscotti in ninth. And Travis White rounds out your top 10. coming down. Still going to have one more lap before we go green. Maurer out there in third, going to be one to watch. Did a great job of getting through all that mess and that wreck. All right, we're coming down. Jonathan Cogswell going to lead him down. 73 of Mark True on the outside. As we get ready to go green. The 97. Right behind. Can Mark True get around on the outside? Cogswell holding it down on the bottom. Mark True on the outside. You got the Simbox machine of Nate Maurer in third. Now looking to the inside of Mark True. And they're wrecking on the backstretch. Caution once again. This time the 24, the 54 involved. Looks like it happens in front. Let's look at the 54 and the 10. The 10 on the outside. The 54 looks like he came up a little bit. Let's take a look from our far chase view. And looks like netcode may have been involved in this one. Unfortunate as we're trying to get this race finished under green. We're coming down to the last green-white checker. Sammy Davis had a good race going. Netcode from the 10, but he did come down a little bit. The 54 held his line. See the 48 involved as well. And 48 also had a great run going. That right there, a hard hit to the inside wall. Going to be devastating to the day of the number 48, Jason Humphrey. You see he's blown his engine. Or he's smoking quite badly, about to blow that engine. He'll have to go to, and there it goes as we speak. Well, he may not have blown it quite yet. That must have been somebody else blowing up. A lot of damaged race cars at the end of this race. Mark True had cleared Cogswell, though. Must have been before that one. Let's see, trying to find the pass for the lead. He was just out in front, as you see, of the 27 out there on the outside when that caution came out, and he will be the leader. Mark True. Now we are looking for the white flag. This our last green-white checker attempt. '73 of Mark True going to be the control car. The 27 of Cogswell now on the outside. Maurer still holding strong in third. Tyler Humphrey in the fourth position. Casey Herring there in fifth. Teammate of Casey Herring, Dylan Falovich, has moved up to the sixth position. And Tony Smith, another teammate, in seventh. Travis White currently in the eighth spot. Ninth is Lee Granity, and your top 10 currently rounds out with Patrick Colby. Getting ready to go green flag for one last time. The next flag will end the race. Mark True gonna lead them off. We're just looking for a white flag. If we can make it back to the white flag, then we'll get to end this race under green flag conditions. But if a caution comes out, then that would end the race. Just waiting on the pace truck to pull in. It's going to be down to Mark True. What can he do? Out front. And the green flag flies. Mark True now moves to the outside lane. Mark True holding the lead. The 97 now to second. Nate Maurer looking to the inside. Going to have to make the move quick. The 27 now dives to the inside. Jonathan Cogswell, that's for second spot. Mark True holding strong on the outside. What does Jonathan Cogswell have for our leader? He's a little sideways as they come around. Caution, and that'll end the race. But that will be the end of the race. Mark True going to be the winner in a wreck fest today. And the caution flag, caution flag and the checker flag out as we come around. We run through all three green, white checkers. Your top 10, Mark True, your winner. Second place, Jonathan Cogswell. Third, Nate Maurer. Fourth, Travis White. Tyler Humphrey comes home fifth. Sixth spot, Casey Herring. Bill Stringfellow will finish seventh spot. Matthew Prentice will come home eighth. Lee Granity ninth. And Tony Smith will round out the top 10. we're going to watch Mark True do a burnout. Mark True, your winner. Mark True, your winner. Let's see if we can get a word from our third place finisher, Nate Maurer. There's Nate Maurer. Hey, Nate, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you, buddy.
Hey,
How you
doing good. Good to see you up here in the top 3 in that Simbox Chevrolet. You avoided a wreck there late and gained like 7 positions. Good job on finishing top 3.
Hey, tonight was nothing, but it was all about survival tonight.
Yeah, certainly a wild one. 16 cautions. Gonna have to work on that.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was fun. I felt like I had a really good long run car. Yeah, I think me and Bill Stringfellow kind of tried there at the end. We pitted with like 50 something to go, and I was saving fuel. I saved enough till the end, and then by that time the leaders were past me, so I was hoping for a caution. We got one and had to dodge some wrecks there at the end. I still had my fast repair somehow.
You wanted a caution, and we're so nice we gave you 4 or 5 more.
I didn't want them all the end. I there that last one. Caution actually ended the race. The 27 of Jonathan Cogswell, great guy. Raced with him for about 2 years now. You've seen him getting loose. I thought I was gonna come away with a P2, but I'll take a P3 any day after tonight.
Good job, Nate. Got anybody you'd like to thank?
My followers on my Facebook. Most importantly, Doug Neal, owner of Simbox, who happens to sponsor this league. He sponsors me. Great guy. You need a button box, head on over to Simbox PC on Facebook. And all my teammates too.
Absolutely. Well, good job, Nate. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again soon.
I hope so.
You
Have
too.
a good night, bud.
All right. Now that was third place finisher Nate Maurer. Let's go on to second spot, Jonathan Cogswell. Hey, Jonathan, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy? Hey, man, great race. You had some pit strategy there at the end and was leading quite a bit there at the end, and a caution comes out late, but you hold on to second spot. Great race.
Yeah, it was a long one. I had to do something clean this up.
Yeah, I agree, but you come home second. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank?
Well, I'd like to thank my guys at work, English Test Betting, and I'd like to thank Princess Rattel Racing for including me in their group.
Absolutely. Well, you did a great job tonight, Jonathan. Had words of praise from Nate Maurer behind you in third. Said he's raced with you for a long time, and you're a great guy, and we agree. So great job on a second place finish.
Thanks a lot, and thanks you for broadcasting, and I hope we make your job a hell of a lot easier.
Oh, I agree. I hope you do. But good job tonight, Jonathan.
See you. Thanks.
All right, now looking for our leader. Don't see him in. Oh, here he is. Let's look at our leader. Hey, Mark, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I sure do. How you
doing good. You come home with a great restart there towards the end. You get the lead, and after a couple more restarts and a caution, you come around at caution speed, but you get the win. Good job, Mark.
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to race for it, but I'll take it.
Oh yeah, I agree. We was hoping for a green flag finish, but you come home first. You have anybody you'd like to thank?
Oh yeah, I'd like to thank SERL for putting this on. It's a lot of fun. I've had a blast doing this so far. It's my first league, and hopefully I'll end up in the winner's circle again.
Well, you did a good job. I expect to see you there 1 or 2 more times, maybe 10 more. Who knows? Maybe we get on a string. All right. Good job, Mark.
All right. All right, Dakota. Thank you.
And that was our race winner, Mark True. And next week, we are going to be heading to Las Vegas. Another 150 lapper. Yep, 150 laps at Las Vegas next week. So hopefully we can get some green flag racing as we go along on that 1.5-mile speedway. Las Vegas, one of my favorites. But tonight, your winner, Mark True, as we go forward, he's going to gain quite a few points off that one. So good job, Mark. Good job to the drivers of the SERL League. And we will be here Wednesday night for the Rebel Racing League. And we appreciate everybody for stopping by. If you need a button box, go check out SimBox. If you need a paint job on your iRacing car or a logo design, check out 0X Designs on Facebook. And we appreciate everybody for stopping by and watching. And we will see you all Wednesday night or next Sunday night right back here on the Throttle Up Racing Network.